And welcome, Hoosier fans, to a very most aggravating of the season, Hoosier Morning After. This is Hoosier Morning After Purdue. Indiana goes on to lose to Purdue last night yet again. Can we finally beat these guys? 81-69. I'm your host, Chad Schwarzkopf, here to talk about it. Hopefully cooled down. Hopefully feeling better. See, that was the goal of this whole show, was to have the night to sleep and relax and wake up feeling refreshed and have a new vantage point on this game. I don't have that. I still just feel ill about it. This is one of those games that you just physically ache. I felt like after this game that I needed to go for a run. I needed to move. I couldn't sit still. I normally would have maybe even gone to bed right afterwards. I was pretty tired before the game. And I couldn't. I think I ended up turning on The Mandalorian. I had to turn on something else. I had to distract myself. I had to get away from this game. I had to get the feeling out of my head. It's the same things that we see that aggravate us about this team. The same things happen. And it's there. It's in them. It's in them to play well. It's in them to get open shots. What's not in there? Them to be consistent. Them to consistently hit open shots. To consistently be ready for the game. Be up for the game. To consistently just defend with some intensity. Have they hit open shots? Yeah. Have they come with great intensity on defense? Yeah. Archie Miller had a fantastic timeout where whatever he said motivated them enough and got them going. And saw us go into half with only it was either 5 or 4 points down, 4 points down going into half. And the game felt in hand at that point. You were able to, at halftime, convince yourself that Indiana could come out, continue with the intensity that they had, start to string together some made shots as they started to in the first half, and also convince yourself that there's no way Purdue was going to continue to shoot from the three like they were shooting. First half, they are 78% from 3-point, 7 for 9 from 3-point. Purdue averages on the season 37% from 3. So if they're averaging 37%, they're shooting 77%. You're expecting them to go maybe back down to their average in the second half. Now, granted, some of that hot shooting by them was something that IU gave them. Guys weren't being as intense. And that's why I think intense on defense, I should say. And I think that's why we were able to battle back like we did in the first half, because we stepped that up. We fought through some of those screens and everything, and it didn't happen. Purdue continued to shoot decently in the second half, 50%, ending in 67% or 64% from 3, so above their average. Some of that given by IU, but also some of that just for them shooting lights out. Getting up for the game maybe more than IU was. Being excited to play this game a lot more than IU was. And then IU, in the first half, shoots 3 for 12, 25%, and 0 for 6 in the second half from 3. Now I know there's probably like 4 or 5 kind of desperation threes towards the end of the game trying to get back. So you can take those out, but it's frustrating. It's frustrating to watch a game like this happen and see that you're able to relatively keep yourself in the game at points. And we also had chances in the second half too, drawing it within 1, drawing it within 2, and then just stringing together bad possessions and letting them go on runs again, and then they get it up to 10, 9, 10. So the game's in hand. Now, after back-to-back games like this, or having games like this within the years, you're obviously trying to find, as a fan, places to point the finger. Who is to blame? You're trying to play the blame game. And that's a tough one, because I don't have enough fingers. There's plenty of blame to go around everywhere on this. And is it the coaches? Yeah. Because you call a timeout and you're able to get the team going then. Why couldn't you get the team going before? The shooting. Is it the coaches? Yeah. You're not running the right drills. You're not developing them as shooters. You must not be doing something in practices to cause them to make those shots. Is that also on the players? Yeah. It's also on the players. Have they reached their ceiling? Maybe. But that's a weird thing to say, because we've seen good play out of a lot of these guys, and we've seen them hit shots. So it's in them. They just can't stay there consistently. And it's a lot on this front court. I'm sorry, Al and Rob. I don't like to get down on players. I don't like to do that. But you're upperclassmen now. You're leaders of this team. And you let the team down in this game. And it's frustrating because we were just seeing them start to get better. We were seeing better things out of them. We were seeing them contributing more. We were seeing Rob back to old Rob. We were seeing Al continue to be that great slasher that he is. But in your rivalry game that both of them have at least played 3 years of, you can't get up enough, and you can't be fired up enough to do better than 8 points between you. And to not see anyone out there screaming their head off at each other, holding each other accountable, trying to get things going. Sure, you see Trace Jackson Davis when he has plays where he gets fouled and stuff, screaming and hollering, other things like that. But the team lacks that emotion, that fight. I want to say it's in Trey, and I want to say that he's just a freshman and not letting it out. But at this point, man, don't hold back as a freshman. Start hollering at all the guys. Get them going. You are our bulldog. You are our bulldog. You're our bulldog player, Trey. You've got to be that, not only with hustle plays on the court, but I'm calling him out to he's going to have to step up and be that emotional leader too, because I don't see anywhere else that it is. Sure, every so often Trace will do it, like I said, when he scores baskets and things like that. Or when we have bad games, yelling in the locker room. Hopefully he yelled during this one. Hopefully someone yelled. Hopefully one of the players yelled and was hollered and was not happy with the game. Because it's just not acceptable. This is not acceptable. And maybe we've reached it again. Maybe this is the ceiling for this team. it's a vaulted ceiling or whatever, a ceiling that keeps bouncing up and down. Or maybe we're walking in a low ceiling and or a high ceiling with a low beam that we keep walking around the room hitting our head. That's probably the best analogy for this team. There's a high ceiling up there, and every so often we get to see it. There's lots of plumbing pipes that we keep hitting our heads on. It's just unbearable. I mean, and it gets at you and it gnaws at you when you see this team has the chance to do it. They have the chance to do it. They had the chance to get over the hump, to win this game, and they don't. I don't even want to delve too much into the numbers and everything, because you could see them. It's just frustrating. It's just aggravating. I think the last number I'll get on about is the free throws. We're going to get to the line, and we did. And even though I thought in this game that we could have gotten to the line a lot more, because I felt there was some inconsistency in the calls at points in this game, to go 55%, wide open free throws. Coach Knight is coaching this team. This team is still in the gym right now shooting free throws. They had not gone to bed yet. They're still shooting free throws. This team has to make those free ones. You make 8 more and it's a different game. There's two things you change in this game, despite other things. And IU wins. You make your free throws, and you come out with the intensity that you came out with after that timeout, after that adjustment in the first half. You come out like that, and you're going to do a lot better in this game. So, that being said, it's a frustrating game. It's an aggravating game. We got Michigan State, which actually was postponed, coming up. So we're not going to have that game. And then we go on from there. And this team is going to be a team that needs to find something. Take this time off that we have here. We have Iowa then after that, next Thursday, just under a week from now. And if Indiana can't get going, they've got to find something. They've got to find something and get better in this game. And otherwise, it's going to be another downward slope here. We've got to get motivated. We've got to find something to get this team motivated in the right way, because it's not easy. The rest of the season, it's not an easy one. And if we miss the tournament this year to when IU is hosting this tournament, that's an embarrassment. That is not acceptable. So, anyways, that's all I got for it this time. Hey, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe to this video. Follow me on Twitter at General Chadwick. There you can find out information about the show and ask questions that I will address during the show. Thank you for fellow Bloomington South grad and great IU friend Bob Thompson for producing the music of this show. That'll do it. Thanks for tuning in. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Go Hoosiers.